Hey, what's up? I'm Rachel. This is Forge La Femme, and today we're talking shop tools. And today, this is the Corona folding 10-inch RazorTOOTH saw. So today, we're going to be talking about this saw, why it is my favorite choice, how I actually came about finding this brand. I've never heard of it before I got it. And then we're going to be showing you why I like this saw so much. And stay tuned. So, the Corona 10-inch RazorTOOTH saw. This saw I came about because I had a folding handsaw at one time. It was, I don't remember the brand. I got it from a relative that is, long past, and they had it for many years. And the technology has come a long way. There's brands like Silky out there that are very expensive, but they're completely built in America from beginning to end. And then there are brands that are from Finland, Fiskars, which is the brand I actually almost got before getting the Corona. And to show you, it's a big saw and it's got great ergonomics. This is one that actually fits better than the others that I checked out, which was Fiskars, and I can't remember the other brand, but it doesn't matter because I didn't end up getting them. And how I landed on Corona specifically was through reading through some forums, through some comments, and I came across someone saying Project Farm, which if you guys have never heard of Project Farm on YouTube, check them out. That guy does amazing things. He will test a whole lot of things. And the one I looked at was for folding saws, limb saws, as some people call them. And this is one that I settled on after watching not just his, but a couple other videos. And there was actually, there was one that actually was a head-to-head of the Fiskars versus the Corona. And it was just a guy just cutting some logs. They're like 3 or 4 inches in diameter, which is, fairly good thickness. And he was just taking it to task and just cutting, and it looked like he was doing the same pressure. It looked like an honest comparison. And the Fiskars actually lost pretty bad to the Corona. And that surprised me. I didn't expect that because I like Fiskars, like my house scissors and stuff, they're Fiskars. And I was just, like I said, before I even got the Corona, I was set on getting a Fiskars. Well, I saw those tests and I was sold on it, and I looked up what it cost. It was only, I think, $28 is what I paid for it at Lowe's, and they sell it elsewhere. And yeah, so it's very affordable, whereas like the Silky is, I think they're starting at like $60 or more, and they can go well over 100, but they're really cool. They are honestly very cool, but the cool factor, you got to pay the Silky tax. And another cool thing, I don't know about the other brands if they have the option, but this one, yes, I know it does fold, but it has a really good size hanging hole, which is important for me because I like to forge hooks and I like to hang them on the hooks I forge. And some of the other hooks one of the hanging holes, some of the hanging holes were not as big as how I felt about it. But also this one does have a lockback system, and I do like that. And like I said, the ergonomics on this is great. And I have actually had to two-hand some things before, and it helps. If you got to get both hands on there, you wield this like a scepter. You're not a scepter, like a sword. There we go. And yeah, so the Corona 10-inch RazorTOOTH saw is absolutely phenomenal. It is affordable. It has withstood the test of time so far. I've cut quite a few tree limbs for my walking sticks, which this right here I'll be turning this one into a stick, and I'll be showing you how it will cut right here. I'm going to be cutting this off, and we will see, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have this set up in the vise, and I wrapped a towel around this because I actually do plan to make this. This stick is actually, I think, going to go for my nephew for his walking stick. He's just a little guy right now, and his parents are really into hiking, and I'm going to have him have, a stick with them to be like one of the cool kids. So I'm actually going to cut it right about here, and I'm just going to show you like a quick, or a slow movement to get this going. That's what I do. I like to do like a quick push, and that gets my groove in, and then I can start sawing. And you see this thing, it gets to it really quite quickly. And there you go, and it just came right off. And I know you can do that with most saws, but I do promise this thing is truly a great tool. And I don't get any money or sponsorship or anything from it, but it is pretty cool to have a tool that is as good as it was promised to be. And with, like I said, all the testing, it really did very well. I was impressed. I was happy about it. Okay, so as you saw, I didn't cut much with it, but I did cut, and it was actually a very clean cut. And the last one that I had, the last saw that I had, I actually was surprised at how bad the fraying could be on this. And this saw so far has been, the cuts are really clean. And like I was saying with my last one, it was, hey, so how's it going? I'm going to do a quick pause, and I'm going to come in and show you that I did not do an efficient enough cutting test. It was efficient enough, I guess, but let's actually put it to the test and show you what my Corona folding saw can do against thicker stock. So without further ado, let's get the shop hat on, and then safety glasses. Always got to remember the safety glasses. And then I'll be getting into this, so stick around. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the stick cutting, put the cigar down, and you can see that this is the piece that I did cut yesterday, and you might be able to tell that it's about half the diameter. You probably can't tell, I'll show you when it's done. But let's get the saw open and get the cutting going. Let's talk, more saw. And you can see it's just getting right through it, no problem. And like I said, this does less fray. It does fray a little bit, and here you go, I'll show you. There is a small amount of fraying in there, but hey, that's not too bad. It didn't tear the bark off. That's a great thing. So stick around, and I'm going to be cutting a much thicker piece. All right, so we're moving on to the thicker piece, and as you see, this is a log, and this actually came right out of my firewood pile. And this has been seasoned for a while, so it should be quite a bit harder, a little bit tougher to cut, but let's see what this Corona saw can do on this cut. And like I said, every time I do it a quick, slow start, and that gets my groove going. And you know what? Let's try those ergonomics with the two-hand. And it actually is not bad. That is quite comfortable. Let's go back to one hand. I'm going to hold this because I don't want this to fall on my hand. But you can see, that made quick work of it. That was not bad. I don't even know what kind of wood this is, but it's got some spalting, so that's a bonus. All right, so you just got to see how I did my cutting with this, and this was the piece that I cut off yesterday. You know, this is not very big, but it is really a very nice cut. And then this is the piece that, oh, this side right here, this is the piece that I cut today. You can see this is at least twice the size of it, maybe even 2.5 times the size of it. And like I said, you did get a little bit of fraying on it, but hey, it is what it is. But here is the big one that I cut. This is actually a log that's been sitting in my firewood pile for a good couple of years, and it cut right through it in very short order of time. This is this is actually, I'm impressed. I'll just say that. I am very impressed by the Corona RazorTOOTH saw and the lockback feature on it. It's actually a good lockback. I'm quite impressed. And like I did have to use my two hands. I didn't actually have to, and when I two-hand, I normally do it this way. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I put the ergonomics to the test real quick, and it stays pretty dang comfortable. And I'm a fan of this. It's a little bit wacky looking. It always kind of reminded me of like a Raptors kind of build. But either way, that's the Corona RazorTOOTH saw. It's a great saw. It's affordable, 30 bucks. Right now, I think it's what the going price is. I just checked it a couple days ago, and it is February 2026, just so you guys know, as a timestamp. And yeah, that will be all on the Corona folding saw and why I like it. And it's actually seasoned, it's the season, it's the stick harvesting season, and I will be putting this to a lot of use. I might even make a video of myself climbing up in my mulberry tree. Mulberry is one of my favorite woods to use for this. And it's actually a fairly dense wood, so this saw will be good to test on that and show you guys. So we shall see, and that will be all for now. And you guys, take it easy. Peace. Rachel from Forge with Femme. Like, share, subscribe. Comments below. Tell me what you think about the Corona folding saw. Tell me what you think about other brands that you have used. Let's get a conversation going. Take it easy.